This scandal has rocked Hollywood. At the center of attention is a heated dispute between a Hollywood legend and a former president, exposing a web of contradictions and mutual accusations. It all started with a seemingly harmless game of golf but escalated into a public squabble full of personal attacks. The actor, known for his sharp tongue, didn't mince words, accusing the former president of cheating. These accusations were vehemently denied, but that only added fuel to the fire. The actor went further, stating that the politician had no idea about him as a person or his life principles. This comment seemed to hit a nerve, sparking a prolonged feud in which both sides didn't hold back, showcasing personal animosity. And the question is this genuine animosity or a carefully staged spectacle? Hey folks, hold your horses and zip your lips. If we suddenly feel the need to hear your opinions, I'll personally turn you into a puppet, controlling your jaw like a puppeteer. Got it, Cash? Now get ready because the fun is about to begin. Just imagine, Trump, as if nothing happened, claims he doesn't know any Jackson. Well, what a twist. And this after playing golf together and having mutual friends in Hollywood. Is this, folks, sclerosis or a pathetic attempt to save face in this political circus? But Jackson isn't one to forgive such blatant disregard. He unleashed his truth on Trump, tearing his lies to shreds and hinting that there's more to the story behind the scenes. This isn't just a celebrity spat, it's a clash of titans, a battle of egos fueled by years of mutual barbs and hidden animosity. He played golf with him. I played golf with him. I even played golf with him and Anthony Anderson one time. And guess what? We all saw him hit the ball into the lake at Trump National in New Jersey. And his caddy acted like he found it. I wonder if the caddy was soaking wet when he said that. Jackson asks, adding fuel to the fire. The administration must be in a panic. And how about this twist, folks? Friends, just look at what's unfolding here. Like a bolt from the blue, Samuel L. Jackson has slammed Donald Trump, tearing his self-image to pieces. No, he's not like that. He just took off and suddenly I hear, Mr. Trump. Jackson exclaims indignantly. Did you see a splash? And how about this twist? Jackson didn't hold back, spilling the whole truth about Trump. According to him, Trump has no idea what kind of person he is. And it's not just about being an actor or a public figure. Jackson was talking about something much bigger, his values, his principles, what he stands for. And he made it clear, Trump's perceptions of him are complete nonsense, absolute lies. But what really infuriated Jackson was Trump's habit of distorting reality, twisting facts. Their relationship isn't just a casual acquaintance or a fleeting encounter. Jackson insists they spent time together, played golf, moved in the same circles. And suddenly Trump pretends he barely knows him. To Jackson, this sounded like a deliberate lie, an attempt to brush him off to avoid responsibility. But Jackson isn't one to stay silent. He openly expressed his outrage at the way Trump portrays their relationship, calling it nothing short of deceit and hypocrisy. The administration must be in a panic over this political circus. Friends, just imagine this political circus. For Jackson, it wasn't just an argument but a real mission to restore justice and get the truth out to the people. He longed for everyone to know the true picture of his relationship with Trump, no matter how hard the latter tried to downplay its significance. By speaking out, Jackson wasn't just defending his good name, he was challenging Trump's favorite tactic, rewriting history. And how about this twist? In doing so, he added fuel to an already raging conflict that was becoming increasingly impossible to ignore. It wasn't just a clash of personalities but a full-blown battle of narratives where each side defended its version of the truth. One small question, the journalist began timidly about this. Spat between you and Donald Trump. I wanted to know if you're surprised it's become a sensation in the press. And here's where it gets really interesting. A sensation? Jackson retorted sarcastically. Come on. No way. Seriously, of all the problems the president should be dealing with, he's worried about what I said about him cheating at golf, or that he supposedly doesn't know me. What a load of crap. The administration seems to be in a panic. Oh my God, this is awful. Jackson exclaimed. I'm going to fix this now. I'll find something to help me with this. And here, folks, he tears to shreds all attempts to cover up the truth. Oh, folks, just look at this. What do we have here? Let's take a closer look. Isn't that a bill from Trump National itself? Looks like it, doesn't it? And why, pray tell, is this political circus clown pretending he doesn't know anything? But what difference does it make? Let him say whatever he wants. And here's a plot twist, folks. One day, this golf enthusiast called our hero to play a game, but not with him, but with some friend of his. And guess what? That friend turned out to be Bill Clinton himself. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, the best is yet to come. And here's where it gets really interesting. Samuel L. Jackson dared to declare that he plays golf better than Donald Trump himself. Just imagine that. For Trump, this self-proclaimed golf guru, the owner of a whole empire of luxury golf clubs, it was like waving a red flag in front of a bull. But Samuel's daring statement wasn't limited to a simple comparison of skills. He tore to shreds Trump's reputation, accusing him of systematically breaking the rules of the game. In simpler terms, he called him a cheat. The administration is in a panic. But that's not all. And how about this twist? After one of their games together, Trump, without thinking twice, enrolled Jackson in one of his golf clubs without even asking his permission. Now that's what I call a grand gesture. Now that's what I call fair play. Friends, just imagine this political circus. Not even a month later, Per Samuel receives a bill for membership fees. Trump, without thinking twice, bills him for something he didn't even sign up for. Most people would swallow the insult and quietly pay, but not this time. Jackson decided to rebel. He didn't just refuse to pay, he publicly stated that he wasn't going to dance to Trump's tune, either on the golf course or off it. And how about this twist? This incident added fuel to an already blazing fire of their feud. And now it's not just about golf, but about a matter of honor and principles. For Trump, this king of control and lover of loyalty, Jackson's refusal to play by his rules was a real slap in the face. And for Jackson, it was a way to show that he wouldn't let anyone, as he put it, decide who he is. This brazen act only exacerbated the rift, setting the stage for even more fierce personal attacks in the future. Donald Trump, as is known, doesn't tolerate criticism, and Samuel L. Jackson's public statements undoubtedly hit a nerve. The administration is in a panic. Trump responded in the only way he knows. He went on the offensive. First, he claimed that he didn't even know Jackson. Yes, despite the photos of them playing golf together and having mutual friends. Just the height of hypocrisy. Friends, just imagine this political circus. Trump with icy calm disavowed any connection with Samuel L. Jackson himself. For many, this was a real bolt from the blue. How can you forget such an iconic and recognizable personality? But Trump didn't stop there, no. He slammed Jackson's career, accusing him of excessive participation in commercials. According to Trump, Jackson's frequent appearances in commercials made him, get ready, boring. And how about this twist, folks? Isn't it the height of irony when someone who has been engaged in relentless self-promotion for years makes such accusations? Jackson, of course, wasn't going to put up with this. He instantly turned the situation around, exposing Trump's denial of friendship as a blatant lie. Donald Trump strikes back at movie star Samuel L. Jackson after the actor accused him of cheating during a golf game in a recent interview. In the latest issue of United Airlines Rap City magazine, Jackson stated that one of Trump's golf clubs charged him membership fees without his knowledge. The magazine asked Jackson if he played golf better than Donald, and Jackson reportedly replied, "I'm sure I do, because I don't cheat." The administration is in a panic, folks, because their idol has been torn to shreds. So, folks, just look at what this Mr. Trump did. He burst into, what do you think, a tweet in which he stated that he didn't know any Samuel L. Jackson. As far as I know, he writes, I've never played golf with him, and in general, this Jackson makes too many commercials, he's boring, I'm not a fan of him. Well, just brilliant, isn't it? But the most interesting thing, and how about this twist, Jackson reminded him that they were quite friends, played golf together, had conversations. And then, like a bolt from the blue, mutual acquaintances confirmed. Yes, it happened, they communicated. This, of course, tore to shreds Trump's version. And his statement that Jackson is boring is generally beyond the pale. After all, everyone knows that Jackson is one of the brightest and most charismatic actors in Hollywood. This is no longer just a dispute but a real battle between two public figures, each of whom longs to have the last word. For Jackson, it's a matter of reputation, and for Trump, it's an attempt to save face in this political circus. Samuel L. Jackson didn't just catch Donald Trump in a lie, he went further and brought to light the details of their past friendship. And this, folks, is no longer just a fleeting acquaintance of two celebrities. The administration must be in a panic. Friends, just look at what a political circus is unfolding. According to Jackson, their connection with Trump goes back to the past, to the world of shared social entertainment where golf and casual meetings shone. This is not just an acquaintance that Trump could easily dismiss as insignificant. Jackson, like an experienced card player, put a trump card on the table, mutual friends, among whom Anthony Anderson himself was lurking. The actor, as a witness for the prosecution, confirmed their former brotherhood. And how about this twist? Anderson's comments tore to shreds Trump's version, confirming that these two really spent a lot of time together. This is not gossip from the backstreets, but a glimpse into a world where Trump and Jackson once easily communicated, not suspecting the abyss that would open up between them in the future. It is this contrast that makes the whole story so exciting. Trump, who swore and vowed that he barely knew Jackson, suddenly found himself face to face with irrefutable evidence to the contrary. Jackson's anecdotes about their joint adventures turned Trump's words into a pathetic babble, casting doubt on his honesty. For Jackson, this is not just a way to prove his point, but an opportunity to expose the model of behavior that he considers unacceptable. The administration seems to be in a panic. Friends, just imagine this political circus. According to Jackson, Trump's denial of their former friendship is just part of his grand strategy to rewrite history to suit his interests. By exposing their shared memories, Jackson seems to remind everyone, this feud didn't arise out of nowhere, it has a real, albeit confusing, history. And how about this twist? When Samuel L. Jackson first spoke out about Donald Trump, he probably couldn't have imagined how big it would all become. At first, Jackson even seemed surprised by the depth of their discord. What began with a few snide remarks about golf and moral qualities quickly turned into something much bigger, especially after Trump took the presidential seat. Suddenly their personal squabble stopped being just a Hollywood spat, it hit the front pages of newspapers. "Hey, President Trump, you just caught that look," Jackson exclaims, hinting at his signature searing gaze. "No, that's just my face. I didn't do anything like that," Trump justifies himself, like a schoolboy caught in the act. "That's the look my mom gave me when I said some complete crap." "Great to see you, as always," Jackson adds with a sarcastic smile. The administration must be in a panic. Friends, just imagine how Trump's rise to the presidential Olympus turned their disagreement into a real political circus. For Jackson, this is no longer just personal scores but something much bigger. Trump, vested with power and influence, every word, every gesture, everything acquires colossal weight. But Jackson, this rebel and truth-teller, is not going to remain silent, especially when he sees that Trump's actions and behavior need to be torn to shreds for public viewing. And how about this twist? It was Trump's presidency that turned their squabble into a fascinating spectacle, drawing everyone's attention to it. Each remark, each snide retort, each new statement, instantly became a sensation worthy of the front pages. The public craved not only to know the history of their feud but also to anticipate what would happen next. Jackson, with his indomitable directness, and Trump instantly responding with a blow for a blow, turned their feud into a dazzling spectacle, attracting gazes from all sides. The administration, I think, was in a panic. But, my friends, behind all this storm of passions and intrigues lies something more than just a clash of two bright personalities. This is a clash of two worlds, glittering Hollywood and cynical politics, entertainment and power. Friends, just imagine. With Trump's reign in the White House, their long-standing feud turned into something that could no longer be ignored. This political circus began to unfold before the eyes of the whole world, and the administration seemed to panic, not knowing how to stop this insane bedlam. And how about this twist?